What's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is Keemstar. This is the BadKidCast. This is that audio cast that you listen to while you game. Ladies and gentlemen, this episode has been brought to you by LFDD4X4 on YouTube. Let me say that again. LFDD4X4. This dude's YouTube channel is cool as shit. The dude's from Australia. He's taking his four-wheel drive trucks and shit and SUVs, and he's going through like giant puddles of mud through the fucking bush. It's really cool shit. If you're into nature and you're into that like redneck shit, this is the perfect channel for like the American redneck to see the same thing that we do in the country. Because I grew up in the country. Like, it's all about fucking taking your truck out in the middle of the fucking mud, in the elements, and just seeing how well your vehicle can perform. This is the same exact shit for us country bumpkins here in the United States, but it's in Australia, so it's a really cool channel. Make sure you check that out. It's in the description. And then the next sponsor that we have for this episode is EMMETMCD1. Horrible fucking YouTube name. It's really hard to remember, but again, I'll give it to EMMETMCD1. This dude has over 1,000 subscribers, and I think this dude's going to be huge because it is a combo of this dude and his big-boobed girlfriend. And his big-boob girlfriend is going on Omegle, right? Like, getting guys all hot and bothered, and then she's, like, stepping off camera, and then the boyfriend's coming in with, like, a bra on. This shit is hilarious. So, make sure you check out him. His link is in the description, or him and her, if you will. So, guys, check out both of our sponsors, and let's get this show fucking started.
You are now watching another BadKidCast with Killer Keemstar and Only Use Me Blade.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Killer Keemstar, and I'm here with...
Only Use Me Blade.
And this is number 38 of the BadKidCast.
38. Going strong.
We're about to be 40.
Oh, shut up. We're not about to be 40, but like, well, the BadKidCast is. That's pretty impressive.
Yep. The reason I was talking about age is I had a big debate on Twitter about age.
What was the debate?
Anytime you fuck around with the sniping community, right? Anytime, all right? You're going to have little kids tweet at you and be like, you're fucking 30 years old, you're 40 years old, you're 50 years old. They always say it's like 10 years older than what you really are.
How is your age an insult?
Okay, but that's the thing. It's not. It's not an insult at all. The average gamer...
You wear sneakers, Keemstar. What the hell?
The average gamer is 30 years of age. There are more adult women that play video games than children under the age of 18 that play video games.
That's crazy. Where'd you pull that stat from?
I fucking looked it up.
Okay.
You want to see it?
Kind of.
All right. We'll be right back. All right. I got it right here. So I'm going to read this out loud. These are game player data. The average gamer is 30 years old and has been playing for 13 years. 68% of gamers are 18 or older. 45% of all players are women. Today's adult women represent a greater portion of game-playing population, 31%, than boys 17 or younger, which is only 19%. 62% of gamers play games with others. Each fucking...
I wouldn't want a gamer girl.
I'm just saying, like, listen to this shit. This is insane. Like, 36% play games on their smartphone. Oh, that's
well, okay. Thing. That's all you had to say.
That's maybe one thing.
That completely. If playing Dirty Birds or whatever the fuck it's called on your iPhone counts, then yeah, that's gonna completely.
Well, I mean, it does count. It does count. We're talking about gaming, dude. We're talking about gaming.
Okay, I play on my phone like little games or whatever like that, but I don't consider that gaming.
This is why it counts. When someone says to you, you're too old to play video games, right? I'm sorry, but Call of Duty and fucking Angry Birds on your smartphone is the same thing when you define it as a fucking video game.
Yeah, I don't think that playing Angry Birds is the same thing as gaming. I don't know.
Well, you're an elitist. You're a Call of Duty elitist.
I'm not an elitist. I don't know. I consider gaming like a console or a PC or something like that.
That's what you consider gaming. But unfortunately, this is 2013, and there's gaming on mobile devices.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And that's the thing. It counts.
All right. I'll let it slide. There you go.
So when these little kids, right? If I could talk shit about fucking Woody or fucking anyone else, their fan base will come. No one's coming to me saying, you know what, motherfucker? You're 30 years old. What the fuck? No one's acting that way. Never experienced
Do you think it's because that you're, like, poking at, like, you get in arguments on Twitter with little kids? Do you think that that's what it is?
No, it's the trick shotting community. And let me explain this why it is, right? Today I was doing something about Agony and fucking another trick shotter, FaZe Pomage, and they were battling with each other, fighting and stuff. And I was talking about it, and I had all these little kids chirping in, like, dude, you're 40 years old. What are you doing fucking playing video games, loser? Like, all this shit, like, because I was reporting the news. And this is the reason why. Here's my thought process. Let me know what you think, right? If you are a little kid, right, can you be a successful commentator?
No.
If you're a little kid, can you even have a successful troll channel?
No.
Not really.
No.
If you're a little kid, can you have a successful trick-shotting channel?
Who's watching? I'm sorry, who's watching that stuff?
I'm just saying, it's huge.
Okay,
it's bigger than fucking commentaries.
I know it's bigger
now.
than commentaries, but, like, I don't see who's watching that, though. And how do you... The standards are so high, how do you put out daily content?
The thing is, if you are a kid, if you're a little kid... You're not going to ever... Why look up to a commentator? You're never going to be a commentator. It's not happening for you, right? Why look up to someone that has tips and tricks? Never going to happen for you. You're too young. No one's listening to you. No one wants to listen to a squeaker. Your voice cannot entertain people because you're young and your peers will not respect you. That's what we've seen throughout time. Only adults get to usually be leaders of YouTube channels and stuff like that. Now, where we've seen things completely change... is when you have a guy that's just jumping in the air, spinning 100 times, and killing someone. He doesn't have to talk. He never has to talk.
Yeah.
He just is fucking good. You know what I mean? And so all these kids, that's one thing that they can do. You know what I mean? So they look up to something that they can actually achieve.
But you know what? Here's another thing I don't understand. So, like, all these people that are going for trick shots, a lot of times I ask them, like, what's your YouTube channel? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, I don't have a YouTube channel. So you're spinning in circles and trying to hit this crazy shot, but you're not even, like, recording or anything? Like,
I think all of them have YouTube channels.
I don't know.
Dude, it's insane. When we do an RC, like a recruitment challenge,
yeah,
it's like everybody that watches the video tries to, like, get into the clan. It's insane. Because why wouldn't you? All you have to do is get a sniper, fucking jump off of something high, spin, and try to shoot someone a couple times.
I mean, I'm sure there's more than that, but, like, how are people...
Every lobby I go into, there's motherfuckers just spinning around, fucking shooting, like, trying to...
So everyone has a capture card.
It's not even that. Imagine if you're a fan of FaZe, right? You're a super FaZe fan, right? You're fucking running around trying to be FaZe. You're trying to spin around and get some amazing shot, right?
Yeah.
You finally hit it, right? You don't have a capture card. Don't you know somebody that has a capture card that you can have go in and fucking record it? You know what I mean? There's always some way around it. Like, I didn't have a capture card for the first 3 years I was on YouTube.
How'd you pull that off?
All my videos were made by fucking having cameramen. I had an army of kids that had capture cards. I would just call one and be like, I need you to record for me. They go in and I fucking do my prank or whatever. They record it.
No shit.
Yep.
That's crazy. I didn't know that.
Yeah, never fucking... Didn't know how to edit videos or anything until just recently.
I think the majority of people that make, like, I'm going to talk about Call of Duty content or whatever, as far as, like, the editing stuff, you kind of teach yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I learned on Windows Movie Maker, and now I use Final Cut Pro, and I kind of taught myself how to use it.
Dude, I have the worst problem ever with editing. I learned how to edit on Pinnacle.
Yeah.
And I should have learned on Sony Vegas.
I do not. I have no idea how to use Sony Vegas.
Well, I should have learned on Sony Vegas because I cannot make like amazing videos. There's not a lot of like tricks where I can throw things on the screen and do stuff like that. Like, I'm limited because Pinnacle is so basic, but it's easy and it renders so fast. Like, literally, when I make a video, I can record a video. Like, from the time I start recording to the time it's up on YouTube can be an hour sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, it's really... And I don't record my audio with the fucking video. I have to match that up, too. So.
Yeah, I mean, I use Final Cut Pro, and I'm loving it. And I do understand that I'm not utilizing everything you can do in Final Cut Pro. Like, if you knew how to do all this stuff in Final Cut Pro, you could probably make a fucking Pixar movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So... But at the same time, I like Final Cut Pro because it's simple like Windows Movie Maker. But if you need to, you can learn how to do all the special shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm sure it's probably that way with Pinnacle, but... So there was a new Pinnacle update. This is probably boring the fuck out of everyone because not everyone edits. But there was a new Pinnacle update, and I fucking had it, and I had to remove it off my computer because it was like fucking a foreign world, dude.
Oh, yeah.
It was nothing like it. Like, I was used to dragging videos off my desktop and putting them right into the player.
And you couldn't do that?
You couldn't do that. Like, I had to search for the fucking... It was so weird.
All right, guess... I'm not even guess. You're not even going to sit here and guess. But there's a new movie coming out. And it's from Johnny Knoxville, the Jackass.
I just saw the fucking trailer. I tweeted it out.
I watched maybe like 5 minutes, like a couple minutes.
It literally came on YouTube like 2 hours ago.
Yeah, well, everyone's talking about it. That's why I'm bringing it up.
Yeah, because it just got released. Like, this movie looks hysterical.
I never was a fan of the pervert grandpa dude though.
Me neither, but look, the fucking kid that's strip dancing at the fucking pageant, you saw it, right?
I didn't see the whole thing, no.
Oh my god,
I was like busy and stuff, so...
You want to watch it?
Kind of.
Well, let's watch the trailer.
Alright.
Alright, so we just saw the trailer for the movie.
Oh my god.
I told you, dude.
That is
I tweeted
awesome.
it out, like, when I tweeted it out, it, like, just came... Like, I thought, like, oh my god, how do I not know about this? And then someone told me it was, like, literally this just came out. And it was actually fucking Keemstar Jr. that fucking let me know about it.
Right on.
Yeah, dude, like, this movie is hysterical because a part of it, right, are real reactions. Like, obviously they script out the movie, but they were like, look, in this scene, they're going to do this outlandish thing, so let's just fucking bring an audience and not tell them what's going to happen, right?
Yeah. Dude, okay, so the scene that got me that was hilarious, this is in the trailer, so I'm not, like, giving anything away. The scene that got me was he took his kid...
Who's a boy,
dressed him up like a girl for a beauty pageant. And this is one of those toddlers and tiaras type pageants.
Yeah, like...
Okay?
And this is, like, real reactions, right? Like, so they have the family there, are all these different families with all their little girls, and they're interviewing one of the little girls, and she's like... Well, I think it's kind of weird that there's a boy dressed up as a girl. And they're like, what's wrong with that? She's like, and the mom's like, well, we just never seen anything like that.
Yeah.
Right?
But when she does her performance, it looks like a regular performance. And then, like, smoke starts going out. She rips off her clothes and becomes, like, turns into a stripper.
That song comes on. She's my cherry pie.
Yeah. And she's basically doing not a striptease, but like booty popping and like it's a little kid.
Yeah, on an American flag. Now this is a boy dressed up like a girl with a wig, like acting like a stripper. So all the parents in the audience are just mortified, right? Their faces are just like, what the fuck?
Johnny Knoxville as the grandpa comes up and has like a stack of money and like makes it rain on her. It's fucking hilarious.
That's fucked up.
Dude, and the best part, so, like, everyone's just, like, shocked. Like, you look at the judge's face, and they're like, what the fuck?
Dude, the one judge has this, like, horse face, and it's just, like, frozen. And it's hilarious.
And one lady, when everyone was quiet, one lady in the crowd kind of, like, looks around and does a clap, and then's like, oh, no one else is clapping, so, like, try to, like, play it off. That movie looks fucking hilarious. I gotta see that movie in theaters. Like, that movie is...
Oh, and a bunch of people recently saw the movie 43.
Is it on? Is it out?
It has to be out on DVD because a bunch of people have been telling me that they loved it, and thank you for the fucking recommendation.
Yes, that movie is great. I want to rewatch. I want to get.
Yo, let's get that tonight.
Let's go
at Redbox, and we'll watch it.
Let's go.
Right now?
Yeah.
Let's do the cast and then do it.
How are you gonna get me all excited for movie 43?
Let's do the show and then we'll do it. But what I'm saying is, we got that fire, right?
Oh,
are we gonna talk about that? Do we talk about that or not? I would love to talk about it because I would like to inspire more people to be like the guy from England.
All right. So basically, a couple episodes back, I said, you guys probably already know, but like I smoke weed or whatever,
You do what?
Smoke weed, right?
Oh my god!
I smoke weed. I was prescribed weed in Seattle. I'm a pot smoker, and that's why my cheese been a little off because I haven't had good weed, and like I finally admitted it. Said, I've always kept it not a secret, but like I never talked about it, But if you're listening to a deep ass commentary, you're probably older, and it's gonna fly past you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So anyway, so I said that. Well, this guy on Twitter hit me up and was like, hey, I'll send you some weed. And I was like, whatever, buddy. You know what I mean? Like, whatever. And he did.
And it is awesome.
It's
Guy from England, you are the shit. By the way, I have a P.O. box if you guys want to send me fan mail, anything, go ahead. It's in the description of all my videos. Go check that P.O. box out.
I mean, I don't I thought that was pretty cool. He was just like, yeah, I'm a fan, I'm a fan of your videos for the longest, and I just
So what else did he send you? Did he send you a letter?
No.
No?
He didn't send me a letter. Like I've been talking to him via Twitter, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, not publicly, I'm not doing it like that. Sometimes people respond publicly on Twitter for stuff that belong in DMs.
No, I hate when people ask for a DM and you could just tell me, right?
Yeah.
Like, today, some dude was like, I think I'm mixing two situations up, but you'll get the gist. Some dude was basically like, I got to talk to you. I'm like, what do you want? Like, he's like, can we please do it on a DM? I'm like, no, just fucking tell me. Because here's my thought process, right? If somebody wants to tell me something as far as like reporting a drama alert or whatever, if someone wants to tell me something private that I don't know, never heard of, I looked at their channel, they don't have like fucking 50,000 subs, so this person...
But why can't someone just like...
All I'm saying is when people contact me and want a DM, I'm thinking to myself, this dude is either going to tell me a lie or he's going to fucking... basically just want me to follow them.
Yeah.
So what I do is I say, dude, just tell me on Twitter, right? And this dude's like, well, I was wondering if you wanted to own a pro PlayStation 3 team. And I'm like, no.
Why not?
Because there's no pro. I don't know of like a circuit or anything where people get together and play on the PlayStation 3 competitively. I don't think that exists. If it does exist, I'm sorry, but you're so fucking small that you're not even on my radar. Right? Like,
I mean, MLG's actually changed a couple times. Like, they were in Halo, and then they actually went to PlayStation for when the, I think Black Ops 1 was out. And then they went back to Xbox when the next one.
Well, you have to play on the Xbox. It's just, if you're playing on PlayStation, you're playing against easier people.
You're playing against more casual people.
Yeah.
People on PlayStation, it's actually like...
The people on Okay, here's what I figured out, right? For the most part, older people are on PlayStations.
Yeah.
Younger people are on...
Xbox.
And the younger people seem to do better because they have way more time to play than older people.
Yeah.
Just like you said, it's more of a casual thing.
Yeah, when you go on PlayStation, like, everyone that's playing on there, like, they use that as their Blu-ray player... And it's like, that's it. It's free to play. It's way more casual. They don't care. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
And I'm not saying there's not good players on PlayStation, but there's more just casual players.
Dude, I have amazing news. My fucking game, Bad Trip, is going on Xbox One and PlayStation 4.
That's awesome.
Just got to fucking prove for it.
That's fucking sweet.
Why'd you roll your eyes, dude? There was an eye roll. You were like, yeah, whatever.
How could they have heard the eye roll like you just told them my eye roll?
Yeah, exactly.
Why are you telling my eye roll on the radio?
Why did you eye roll?
Because it's like, that's so far down the line, who cares?
My fucking game is going to be on both systems. My game. I created the whole goddamn thing. I didn't code it.
Yeah.
I'm not a coder, but like I'm literally like, we need this, we need that. My fucking game is going to be on both systems. If you had a video game, right, that your fans could purchase, like you designed the whole fucking, I shouldn't say design, but you came up with the whole concept.
Developed.
Right.
Or had,
What?
like, sat on the shoulder.
You didn't code it, but you were like, look, this needs to happen, this needs to be here, these weapons, type of shit. If you had that game that you made, right?
I'd be pumped.
On both systems.
I'd be pumped.
Yeah, but why are you rolling your eyes then?
I don't know, and I know this sounds really, really, really selfish, but I kind of took a moment and said, I don't really give a shit. Like, I know that sounds bad. I know it sounds bad.
That's why I brought it up, because that's exactly how I took it.
Okay. Well, you took it. So there. I don't know. Like, no offense. You know what I mean? Like, no.
I'm offended.
But also, if it's gonna be on Xbox One and PS4. Is it coming out for the other systems? Is it coming out for the computer? What is it originally coming out on?
Well, it's on the computer now. Anybody can get on the computer. It's going to take a while to get on Mac, but here's the thing. Like, the way Bad Trip is set up, and I know you're not interested in this, so I'll be as brief as possible.
Okay, and I feel like an ass, but I'm sorry, but that's my honest opinion. Like, I don't care. Like, I know it's I know it's fucked up, but like I thought, okay, how can I care about this? How can I be supportive about this?
My real job, where I make, I would say most of my money is making video games.
Okay.
All right. YouTube is more of a hobby. This is more of a hobby. So you're like, that's my job, dude. That's what I do for a living.
I apologize.
That's like me not giving a fuck.
You don't give a shit about my commentary I put up on my channel. If I told you, hey, so Keem, today I put a commentary on my channel and I talked about copyright protection on the new PlayStation 4. You'd be like, who the fuck cares?
Yeah, I don't really care.
You don't care. You don't care.
That doesn't interest me.
But that's my job. That's what I do. That's what I use to pay my bills. But you're not excited about that, and I understand that you're not excited about that.
I'm going to actually give you a pass because I watch every single Sunday Chill commentary you do, but I haven't seen like the last month of them. I'm like a month behind on Sunday Chill commentaries.
This is a good topic. I thought about this, okay? Next playthrough, if I end up doing another playthrough, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to release it all at once.
Yeah, that's the way to do it.
Not one a day or one every other day or whatever.
Fucking Syndicate had the most amazing idea ever. Syndicate would do a Let's Play, and then he would stop and be like, you don't get the next one until we have, like, fucking 200,000 likes.
Okay, so...
That shit was so brilliant.
Okay, so here's the thing. So, like, I think it's kind of shitty to hold the video hostage for likes, but whatever, it's a business, do what you do, right?
I fucking held a video for hostage once, and it was the greatest fucking hostage video ever, right? I'm playing Black Ops 1. This is in 2011, I believe. I'm playing Black Ops 1, or maybe it was 2010. Anyhow, I'm playing Black Ops fucking 1, right? And I'm talking to this girl, and I'm, like, kicking game at her. And she ends up telling me, like, she ends up being crazy, right? Mm-hmm. So I start questioning her about her whole life, who's her parents and all this, right? And at the end of the first video, because I made 4 videos out of the same fucking video, right? At the end of the first video, I go, so who's your dad? And she goes, well, my mom is a giant slut. Ended up having an orgy with 2 twins, and I didn't know which one was my dad or which one was my uncle.
Wait a minute.
Yes.
Okay.
So what I did...
No, I've never had a twin, but I have a brother. I would never imagine to tag team a fucking girl as my brothers. And think about it, your twin is like the closest person to you.
Yeah, so...
You're not best friends with somebody else if you have a twin. You know what I mean?
All right, so anyhow, at the end of the day, right, this woman ends up having sex with 2 twin guys. All right, she doesn't know who the father is. The girl gets born, she doesn't know who the father is. And I fucking stop the video. And I go, guys, the rest of this video gets really, really crazy. I don't even know if I'm going to upload it, right? But if I do upload it, right, there's going to be I said if I do upload it, it might not be on this channel. So you're going to want to favor this video, right? So you can check it. in the next couple days to see if it actually, like, if I have an annotation for another video on a different channel for part 2. And, dude, just comments and comments of, like, upload part 2, and, like, retarded numbers, like 10,000 favorites on this video.
Damn.
Right? This is on Halo 1. It ended up getting front page. We could go look at the video, right? Oh, we can watch the video. My channel's back.
Okay.
All right. And
See, I'm happy about that. That's awesome that your channel's back.
Yeah, we can actually watch this video that I'm talking about.
I don't make games, so I don't know how to celebrate that with you.
So let's watch the video. We'll be right back.
Okay.
All right, and we are back.
Wow.
So that's how to... I should probably re-upload that. Like, try to digitally remaster it, if you will.
You know what? Everyone digitally remasters movies. If there was a way to like take old school footage and like clean it up and re-upload it, that'd be awesome.
I don't know how you would do it with a troll video though.
Yeah.
Because you got people talking with gamer tags or whatnot. But yeah, so that was the best like fucking cliffhanger, like hostaging a video ever.
Yeah. So hostaging a video is basically, if you guys don't know, it's saying, listen, part 2 of this video, I'll upload it, but it needs to get X amount of likes and X amount of favorites. I think it's kind of shitty, but, like, with that, I don't really see an issue with that, because, like, that had me on the cliff, like, that had me, like, on the edge of my seat, like, okay, what the fuck's going to happen? So, I don't really have an issue with that. I don't really have an issue with anybody doing it.
Sometimes I, like, okay, I'm thinking of my new videos that are on my new channel, and I'm thinking of, like, Fake Nuke and, like, Sparkles the Gay Rapper with So Close to Taupe's beatboxing, and I'm like... Dude, these are the best troll videos, and Bad Dad or Bad Boyfriend. I'm like, these are the best videos I've ever done. And then I go back and look at my old stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm like, fuck, dude, I was a legend, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
no, I dig it, though. Like, that one's a good one. That one's a good one. But, dude, you must have, like, trolled every, like, 6 hours a day in order to, like, randomly find... When is the best time to troll?
Basically every time for between noon and like 4 p.m. is when I film.
Okay.
Right? As far as the best time to troll, honestly, it's a Friday night. You know what, I've never even thought, I'm so glad you asked that question. I have never taken time to just like focus on the stuff that I already know. Friday nights is like gold.
Okay.
Because you have people that play all week long, and then you have people that only play Friday night, and usually they have a couple drinks, they're more of a casual player, they're talking on the mic. That's where the action is. I'm stupid for not thinking about that before.
So, like, the day, like, you know, like a Tuesday afternoon is probably just people that play it all the time anyway, so no dice, I'm assuming.
Right.
I don't know. I used to get all my gun games, it used to always be at around, like, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, because it seems like either they just got out of school or they're like finally did all the family stuff and now they get to go on a game.
We already have so many fucking breaks, and this coffee is fucking killing me. We're gonna have to take another one because I think I got a dookie. And we're back.
So how was the dump?
It was a quick one.
You were very NASCAR with it. You were very NASCAR with it.
Usually I sit and I just wait forever to the point where my knees hurt because I've been playing on my iPad for a really long time.
Yeah. This one was more just a quick pit stop.
Have you ever taken time to think about how amazing poops have become with iPhones?
Oh, I don't know how we functioned.
How did it happen before? Like, we took a magazine in there. Like,
magazines are pretty much dead at this point.
Oh, completely done. Imagine if you... Oh, my God, I want to write a book.
You want to write a book?
I want to write a book. It just hit me the other day. I'm like, look, I've done a lot of stuff. Another thing that I haven't done is actually written a book. And another thing, and the reason why I should write a book is because I've done a lot of stuff.
Okay.
You know what I mean? If there's a book about Call of Duty commentator or whatever, the crazy life behind the scenes or what goes on or whatever, like, where do you get that? You don't. It doesn't exist.
Yeah, because the commentators are using that as material for when they talk on... I thought about quitting Twitter last night.
Why?
Just because I feel that a lot of times... If I have a random thought in my head, whether it be thought-provoking or not, I just tweet it, okay?
Right.
And I honestly feel like a comedian that's giving away its material. Like, a lot... You ever notice that comedians don't really tweet too much?
No, they do.
But some of them do, but some of them don't. And
well, it's hard to be a comedian on Twitter.
How so?
Because it's hard to convey a fucking joke on Twitter. There's
Okay.
no way to fucking, like, sell it. There's no way to, like, give that punchline. There's no timing involved. It's really hard to, like, get a lot of shit through on Twitter to get, like, people get mad. Like, you fucking make a joke about dead babies. Like, people are going to be like, what the fuck's wrong with you?
Dude, I saw a commercial for Goodfellas, like some special edition Blu-ray or some shit like that, and I just remember in the movie, he's like, "Fuck you, pay me." He's like,
Yeah.
"Hey, your house on fire? Fuck you, pay me." Like you don't have the money, you're broke. Fuck you, pay me. And I don't know, just like that's the line from the movie. So I tweeted that "fuck you, pay me" on Twitter, and people were like, "Unsub Blade, you're a money whore." I'm like, "No, I was just referencing a movie quote." Like, God damn.
That's what I'm talking about. That's exactly what I just got done saying.
Yes, you did. I agree
Yeah.
with you. Oh, by the way, last show we got into this discussion that we were going to, and a lot of people have been hitting me up on Twitter saying, "Hey, when are you going to change your name to Anus Fucker?"
You can't do it.
You can't do it. Now, watching the preview for that new movie, Bad Grandpa or whatever, kind of made me think it'd be awesome to do for the simple fact that there's a process to change your name, right?
All right, so this
And
is...
one of the processes is that you need to go in front of a judge to plead your case on why you want to change your name.
Yeah, a judge has to actually approve you to change your name. You can get it legally changed to anything you want, but it bears approval from a judge.
So two amazing things could happen, okay? If it gets to that level where I'm in front of a judge. The two things would be this. A, he denies me, which is probably what's going to happen. But it'd be funny me trying to convince a judge.
The funniest thing in the world that could possibly happen is that somehow he approves you.
And that was going to be my second one. That the judge, somehow we talked to the judge and the court system approved me to be named Anus Fucker.
That would be ridiculous.
Insane.
Then you'd have to change your name back right away.
Like, psych, judge? Mulligan? I don't know. How do you...
I don't even know if you could take cameras in the
Yeah, and you
court.
can't really troll. Here's the thing. You can go on the street and, like, I want to do that thing where we put the matches inside of cigarettes and give them out to people and watch them smoke it and have it flame in their face. I think it's a funny prank, okay?
Yeah.
You could do pranks on the streets. Like, there's YouTube channels that
You
are
can't
based...
really prank the
you
government.
You can't prank the government. You can't prank a judge. You know what I mean? You can't be like, Shazam! Or whatever you want to say.
There's a lot of unwritten rules, right, in this world. And one of them is, like, don't fuck with the government. Because if the government decides to fuck back, you're fucked.
Yeah. The government will fuck with you if you don't fuck with them. So how do you think that they're going to fuck with you if you do fuck with them? See what I'm saying?
There's
like
like-
they already kind of fuck you a little bit. Imagine if you get their attention.
I've heard
Fuck that.
stories of, like, people going down and, like, protesting, like, their local government, like, oh, this is fucking gay, da-da-da-da. And next thing you know, like, the fucking EPA's on your land saying, hey, yeah, we're taking this from you. This is now, like, a state park or shit.
Yeah, your house is now gone. Sorry.
Like, you don't own your house anymore. Like, this is how it works. This is so fucked up, right? You think when you own a house, you buy a house, it's yours. You own it.
Yeah, that's the concept.
That's the concept. You're not. You're renting it from the fucking government. You have property taxes, right? They come every year. If you don't pay your property taxes, they take your fucking... They take your place.
They take your house.
It's
yeah.
just like renting. Like, if you don't pay your rent, they're going to kick you out and be like, okay, well, you can't live here anymore. The same thing with the government, dude. When you think that you own a house, you don't own shit. You're paying rent to the fucking county for property taxes. If they want to take that fucking land back, they can.
Yeah. It's crazy, though. Like, how many times do you see the things where there's, like, foreclosed homes or people just lost... Imagine losing a home.
Yeah, that's got to be fucked up. I don't know.
Fuck, dude. Imagine losing a house, dude. Because it's one thing to, like, get kicked out of an apartment because you're renting. Because if you're renting, then you're...
I think for a lot of people, when they lose a house, they probably fucking, like, they're probably better off. Now, that might seem crazy, but think about it.
Yeah, explain that one.
Think about it, right? My taxes alone, my property taxes, right, equal out to be something like $500 a month.
Okay.
All right. So I got to buy the house, but, like, apartments around here are, like, a nice apartment you can get around here for, like, $800.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So you do the fucking math on that shit, right?
Yeah, but you have a house, though.
Yeah, so you save $300 a month on rent, right? You save $300 a month on rent. But at the same time, You have to fucking buy the goddamn house.
You shucked out all the money for the house, yeah. I mean, how long do you have to pay those property taxes?
Every year. And they always go up. They always go up. And then you got to pay school taxes.
School taxes?
So basically, if you look at the taxes that you have to pay for owning a fucking house, right, it equals out to be about the same, or some cases more, than what you would pay for renting.
That's crazy.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, you have your house, though. You know what I mean? Like, this is yours. You can do whatever you want here. You know what I mean? Like, this is your property.
I'm telling you, it's fucked up, dude. We grow up, like, believing in Santa Claus, and we grow up thinking we're free, and then when you become an adult, you're like, you know what? That motherfucker ain't up in the North Pole, and we're not really free, dude.
We're free, but at the same time, it's like, you know, you have to, like, kind of, like, it's very hard to live.
Whole fucking country was created. This country that we're in right now was created because of overtaxation. That's why we were created. Basically, I don't know if you know this. You should know it, but if you don't, that's ridiculous. But anyhow, England was taxing everything that came over here, right? Mm-hmm. So basically, we'd fucking cut down trees, make lumber, grow tea, make cotton, do all this stuff, right? Here in America. Then we send it on ships, we send it back over to England, and then England sends it back, like, super taxed, right? And it came to the point where it's like, dude, like, this, we live here in America, but we're fucking paying all these taxes and giving all of our profit to fucking England.
Yeah.
Fuck that shit. All right, we're going to fucking fight back. We're going to throw all this tea that they tax super high. We're going to throw it in the harbor and dress like Indians to fuck with them.
Yeah,
and,
okay.
You know what I mean? And then
I am familiar with that. Yes.
Okay.
I'm familiar with that major event in history.
And
yes.
then fucking, you know, he's on his horse and Paul Revere's like, the British are coming. And there's the war. You know what I'm saying? Our whole country is based on fucking tyranny by fucking taxation. And now we live in a world where we're fucking taxed through our fucking teeth.
Yeah, what I always find interesting is that the cost of travel. So, like, to get something from Florida to Seattle, okay, whatever it is, it costs money to ship that. Whether it be by car, plane, whatever, it costs money to ship that. Big, expensive thing, like, all this stuff, think about this, all this equipment in this room, right?
Yeah.
Like, 90% of it, as far as, like, the electronics, come from, like, China.
Right.
They come from fucking China, right? Not saying it's anything bad. They could probably make it better. Not saying that, but it's just like, why can't we make that here?
I'll tell you why we can't make it here. All right. There was a guy that his name was Sam Walton, and he created like this department store called Walmart, and it changed the course of U.S. history.
How so?
Because Sam Walton hooked up with fucking Chinamen, right? And he got all his products in his store to be like super ridiculously cheap. Like they would, let's say they fucking bought a frying pan here in America, right? They'd fucking buy a frying pan for $10, sell it for fucking $20, and make a little bit of profit after they pay like everything that you need to pay for to have a store, right?
Yeah.
This motherfucker, Sam Walton, was like, I'm going over to China. They're going to make that same exact quality frying pan for fucking 10 cents, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to buy the shit for fucking 20 cents so they get to double their money. But then when I'm going to sell it in my store for $20. In fact, you know what? Everyone's selling this frying pan for $20. I'm going to sell it for $15.
Because you can.
Have my shit super cheap and make tons and tons of fucking profit. Make $14 and fucking 80 cents on this goddamn frying pan where I was only making like, you know, maybe $10 before. So Walmart ends up having all the cheapest stuff, right?
Yeah.
So if you're an American person, what the fuck are you gonna do? You're gonna buy a frying pan here for fucking
$20, or
buy
buy
one for 15. You're gonna buy one for 15. So what then happenings, right, is the other stores have to compete. So they need to make stuff super cheap. They can't get it from American stores anymore to compete with Walmart. So they start fucking getting it from China. And then it just starts this big fucking trend. Now, if you think about it, dude, over the course of time, how much money has left America? Because the vicious cycle just keeps on spinning over and over and over again, and fucking the profits, the little bit of profits that don't stay here, they end up going over to China.
Except for trucks, majority of cars are like that we have here in the States are foreign cars.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, like, Hondas, tons of Hondas, tons of Toyotas. You get into nicer cars, BMWs, Audis, shit like that. That's all from across the water. Where I don't know, dude. Like, that's
what I'm saying. Like, money is, like, we're the biggest superpower. Most of the world's money is in America, right? But the problem is, the fucking ginormous problem that we fucking have is that, like, so much of our money is leaving the United States and going to other places in the world at a rapid rate because we're consumers. We're not creators. We don't create nothing.
Yeah, we definitely are consumers. If you think about it, however much money you make, you use some to buy your bills, and then you literally put that money back into the economy via whatever way you spend your money.
Yeah, so where does it leave? The only way the money leaves, really, the United States, is by the people that are creating the products originally.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's just trickling, all leaving. But the thing is, the beauty about our economic system is they just fucking print money out of thin air. And the reason why our economy hasn't crashed is because of the oil trade. Because basically the world oil trade trades using U.S. dollars. So, like, every single government around the world, right, they have a huge stash of U.S. cash because they need it. They need it. Every country needs U.S. cash because it has so much stability with it, right? But at the same time, they need it to purchase oil because you can't buy oil with any other thing. You have to use U.S. currency, right? Because of that lock, because of that simple lock, our dollar does not crash. They keep printing millions and billions out, and it doesn't fucking crash. It's not like your dollar's not completely worthless. We've been able to manipulate the system enough to make fucking U.S. currency actually have some value to it.
Yeah.
And it's fucked up because it's a bubble. It's just like the housing bubble. One day that motherfucker's going to crash, right? And a house that costs you $200,000 today is going to cost like $2 million because the money is not going to be worth anything. You're going to go to the store, you're going to get a loaf of bread that usually costs you $3, and it's going to cost you $15. That bubble's going to burst, and it's going to happen That's why I
always find it funny when people like save your dollars. It's like, well, those dollars aren't going to mean shit. Like,
That's why gold and silver has gone through the roof, is because U.S. dollars aren't worth shit, dude. It's not worth shit.
Bad times.
It's about to crash, dude. And basically, the thing is Japan, Russia, and a couple other countries have been having private discussions about moving the oil trade off of U.S. dollars.
Oh, get us in those DMs.
So, I mean, if that happens, we're fucked. We're fucked beyond belief.
What would happen if that happens?
If that happens, the fucking U.S. dollar is just going to fucking plummet, right? Just what I talked about, like going to the store for $15 for a loaf of bread.
Well, here's what I'm saying, okay? And we talked about this off air, but like, okay, bill collectors, right? You're talking about, we were talking about bill collectors and the people that go work for like collection places, and they call, and it's like, okay, if I owed 20 grand, right? Let's say I don't have 20 grand, okay? If I owed 20 grand, how are they going to get it out of me? They're not. So, like, if people can't afford to pay for their houses, can't afford to eat, it's going to if the majority of people can't do it, it's going to reach like a riot point.
Well, there's an example of kind of like how this all has happened before. There's a country in Africa, I'm not sure what country it is. Someone's going to have to fucking tell us in the comments or whatever, but basically they got this fucking president or king or whatever, and he started printing up a bunch of money, like, for the country. And now, like, something like $16 billion of this currency is the equivalent to, like, 35 cents in U.S. currency. Like, that's how bad it fucking got. Like,
why do they think that they can print money and make it not as valuable? Like, you can't just... Okay, if I make you a pie and give it to you, you're like, okay, this is a great pie, right?
Right.
But like, if I'm just like, okay, I'm just going to keep on making pies, those pies aren't going to be worth as much. It's basic human sense, right?
Yeah.
So like, why do they think that they can just print off? Okay, we don't have money. Let's just print off some more. Well, then the dollar becomes less.
A big problem is our banking system. All right. I think I talked about this before. I'm going to talk about it again real quick, right? Our banking system is retarded, right? The rules are set up where, like, you can always have as much as you loan out. All right? It automatically doubles, right? So somebody fucking, like, let's say a bank gives you a loan for $100,000, all right? Because they have that $100,000 loan with you, they automatically, per the rules of the banking system or whatever, get any money that they loan out, they get back, right? Instantly, all right? So the minute they give you a loan, that turns into their original $100,000 is now $200,000. Everything that you pay back to the bank plus that $100,000 never actually left. Does that make sense to you? That's how money's created.
But where's the money coming from, though? That's what I'm saying, though. You know what I mean? Like, at one point...
It doesn't come from anything. That's what's fucked up about our banking system.
I mean, I think it's kind of crazy to create something out of nothing, but when you...
The more money that they loan out, the more money that's created.
That's retarded.
Yeah, I know.
That's retarded. I'm sorry, but that's just dumb.
I know, it's fucking ridiculous.
If you that's so, like, I'm not even, like, into economics.
So basically what they fucking did during this like crazy bailout shit, right, is the Federal Reserve forced all these banks and all these like institutions to like borrow billions and billions of dollars, right, and then pay it all back, which created a surplus of money because it created billions and billions of dollars of fake money because it was loaned out. It like doubled up, right? That's why ever since 2008, prices of everything have been like going high as fuck, is because we basically doubled all that fucking money.
That's crazy.
Welcome to the fucking world. It's so confusing. And
well,
you don't.
What I think is shitty is like,
if you don't know shit about this, right? You're listening to me, and it's so ridiculous that you don't believe me. You know what I mean? You'd have to look it up for yourself. But that's.
But what I think is shitty is people that have like worked their whole life and saved money, right? So, you know, like, let's say you made $40,000 a year 20 years ago. That's a really good wage, but that's like poverty level now.
Yeah.
So all this money that you save so you can retire, you can't really retire because the money that you saved isn't worth as much as it used to be.
That's what I'm saying. Inflation is killing. That's why. This is what people do, right? They have a bunch of money, right? And this is what I was trying to say when we were going to Darien Lake, but you weren't listening to me. All right?
Talking about the Bitcoin thing?
The Bitcoin thing. This is the exact thing that I'm talking about. You just said it. You just confirmed my point. You said if you save a bunch of money, it's not going to be worth that money when you put it in the bank, right?
Yeah.
That's what I was saying with the Bitcoin thing. There's no reason to hold on to U.S. currency. If you have a ton of money in the bank, you're going to want to buy property. You're going to want to buy, like, gold and silver. You're going to want to buy stocks. You don't want to have fucking dollars because that shit's going to explode. And if you have a bunch of fucking paper dollars in your fucking bank account, you're getting fucked, all right? And this is how you avoid getting fucked, all right? If you own property, that property, now that the dollar's fucked, is going to be worth the same amount. It's just not going to be worth the same amount when it comes to U.S. dollars, right? So if it cost you, let's say, fucking 20 ounces of gold to buy a fucking car, right?
Okay.
It's still going to cost you 20 ounces of gold to buy a fucking car after the bubble explodes. The only thing that's going to change is it's going to cost you way more dollars. You know what I mean? Because everything stays roughly the same price throughout time. Except for the fucking dollar, dude. The dollar is going to fucking... It's a zit, it's going to pop, and it's going to be a scary fucking world.
It's crazy.
I don't know how it's going to happen because if you look over the last, since 1980 till today, like if you look at a fucking chart of how much money the CEOs have made compared to like the workers for these companies, it's ridiculous, right?
Yeah.
Because basically every time that CEOs made more money, the workers made more money. Like throughout the 40s and 50s and 30s. Like if fucking you're working for GE Electric in 1940 and they get this contract, all the workers get a raise of like $5 an hour, some retarded amount. Like everybody profits. Then all of a sudden, these motherfuckers started getting greedy at the top, dude. And it's just like, we're flatlining, right? Yeah. That's why people are becoming poorer and poorer and poorer, is because everyone's still making the same amount of money for the last 10 years.
Yeah.
But prices are going up. You know what I mean? They're still paying you in US dollars, but prices are going up. If you could fucking work for a company that paid you in gold or something like that, based on the gold standard, I don't know. Yeah. It wouldn't matter, because they'd always refer to US dollars. So that's the problem. That's the problem, is that people are going to become really super fucking poor, because when this bubble pops, you're not going to get paid like fucking $1,000 an hour. Yeah. They're not going to give you $1,000 an hour, even though that's what it was worth. Like right now, if you're getting $10 an hour at your fucking job, right? That $10 an hour, like 20 years ago, is the equivalent to like $35 an hour. Yeah. So you're getting fucked, bro.
Crazy, man. Crazy, crazy situation. But it will pop. Do you think it'll pop in our lifetime?
Yeah, I think it's going to pop in the next 10 years, for sure. I think there's going to be... I don't know. The one great thing about this country is there's really, really smart, conniving cunts that run this shit. You know what I mean?
Actually, one of the greatest things about humans is about how shitty we can be.
I mean, okay, so you have all these like super...
Wrap your brain around that, you know what I mean?
You have all these super smart fucking people all around the world, right? China, you name it. Fucking Japan, fucking Europe. You have all these smart people. But the thing about America is we have, like, conniving cunts running this shit. Like, they're not going bankrupt, bro. They're going to figure out a way to screw you over. Yeah, you're really intelligent, but they're fucking evil. Like, well, I think you're not getting out of it.
Like, that's one crazy thing is people their whole life think that if they learn everything in the books that they can learn, and if they're fucking super intelligent, super smart, and can compute stuff, that's all it takes. The thing is that the people on top, not only are they super smart, and not only do they have the book smarts and all that kind of stuff, but they're also willing to do super shitty things that a lot of people wouldn't do.
And that's the thing. There's been this whole New World Order thing. Do you believe in it? Do you subscribe to that?
I did not subscribe.
Okay, well, the New World Order is real. All right. And people think, like, oh, these are fucking crazy fuckers that have these meetings and, like, kill virgins, and they're trying to rule the world and control everyone. Here, let me lay down to you the New World Order, all right? We're talking about, like, people that run the world because they fucking run the world. Like, you don't have to fucking put this weird fucking, like, their demon type shit on it, which a lot of people do, right? These motherfuckers run the world because they run the world. You know what I mean? That's why. They have money, they have power, they have influence, right? And these people, right, primarily are from fucking, like, North America. They're from the United States of America that run the whole fucking world, right? There's people, I'm sure, involved in different parts of the country, but at the end of the day, the whole, like, New York, London scene runs the world.
Okay.
So that's why we always get shit in our favor. So, like, here's the thing. If there was a blow-up and the fucking dollar burst, right, it would only be because these evil motherfuckers that run the world, right, allowed it to happen. Because they stood to profit off of it.
You know how easy a riot would be able to ensue? Here's a concept about riots that a lot of people, like, don't comprehend, okay? Let's take a prison.
Yeah.
Right? A prison, most prisons are literally, can only function with the inmates in there doing all the work. Okay?
Yeah.
If all the inmates in a prison said, we don't like how something is, we are just going to stop working. Okay? Like a strike.
Right.
Well, here's the thing. We can't afford, like, a prison system can't afford to, like, bring people in and make the food and feed them, and they have to feed them. You know what I mean?
Right.
And they can't do all these industry things and do all this stuff in order to make a prison run. It's ran by the inmates. So if the inmates go, fuck this shit and riot, they kind of get their way. You know what I mean? And there's no way to control all that.
Yeah.
If the entire state of New York got together.
Have you ever heard of the Attica riots?
Yeah.
Yeah, they fucking took the inmates. That happened just a little while from here. We could drive to Attica in an hour.
Yeah. So I'm only using the prison thing as a small example of a much bigger thing could happen.
But here's the problem. These people, right, that run the world, right, they have so much influence. If they wanted to diffuse a riot, they're smarter than the average person, right? If they wanted to create a riot, they already have. How many fucking governments have you seen overthrown by its people in the last 3 years?
I don't know.
5.
Okay.
People went out in the streets, rioted, fucking Irish Spring. Everyone knows about this, right? You don't know about this?
I don't watch the news.
Dude, Libya was overthrown. Egypt has been
I
overthrown
don't live in
twice.
Libya. I'm sorry. I know that's important shit, and I probably should know it, and I'm probably a dumber American for not knowing it. But I don't live over in Libya.
But here's the thing: when WikiLeaks came out, you know what WikiLeaks are, right?
Yes.
All right, you follow me at that point. They leaked that our government was basically defeating these other governments by getting their people to fucking believe in freedom and fucking basically getting them to protest.
Okay. I mean...
So think about that, right? There's this other country that you want to take over, you want to destroy, you want to get U.S. corporations, because U.S. corporations run in the United States, right? We want to get all the U.S. corporations in Libya, but this motherfucker is putting taxes on them, and he's fucking just so hard to work with. So we could take all of our military, go over there and shit on them, destroy them, and fucking everyone in the world's like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We could fucking stage another 9/11 attack and act like Libya fucking attacked us or whatever. Or what we could do is find a group of people that are mad about the government in there and get them to go out and fucking send them money and get them to go out in the streets and fucking protest and overthrow their own fucking government.
It's just it's a slick way to do it.
It's fucking amazingly fucking, and nobody knows this. You're not fucking news channels and saying, well, technically Egypt and Libya were thrown over by the U.S. government. You know what I mean? And then the U.S. government, they come on and Obama's like, I think that the people have spoken. I think it's time for that leader to step down. You know what I mean? And no one's questioning it.
Yeah.
No one's like, oh my God, what the fuck? The United States is the shit. U.S. corporations have just fucking infiltrated another country by convincing their people to throw out the fucking leader. Fucking mind-blowing.
That's like going to a house party and talking to one of the roommates and being like, hey, dude, your other roommate's a piece of shit. And then they fucking fuck up that whole house.
Yo, I got a way better situation because you have to fucking give the analogy with fucking selling something. Let's say there's a weed dealer at the fucking party, right?
Okay.
And the fucking guy that owns the house is like, fuck you, man. You can't sell weed at my party, right?
Yeah.
But he shares the house with a girlfriend or something. So you send your buddies in there and be like, yo, that dude was cheating on you last weekend, right? So she throws him out. Now he's friends with the weed dealer, and the weed dealer can go in there and fucking sell products. That's what happened in Libya. That's what happened in Egypt.
I was worried you weren't going to bring that analogy around, but I think you hanging out with me, analoginess has rubbed off.
Right, dude.
No, I
have been
my analogy game is super strong.
I have been schooling you on this podcast, dude.
No, I've been...
The downfall of Only Use Me Blade was the percentage thing. It was the downfall, dude.
How is that the downfall?
Because you've just been dumbing down. You've been dumbing down, and I've been going up, dude. I'm telling you got to battle me back with some knowledge. You got to lay some knowledge on me.
Here's the thing. In that situation, I'm being the man, and I'm explaining that I was wrong in that situation. Okay, we can move on from that. But here's the thing. Whenever I'm right, you have more energy to out-argue me, so I get in this position like we could argue about something that I know is a fact.
How come you didn't give up on the percentage thing? We fucking debated that shit for such a long time.
Here's the thing. I think it's because I give up on so many battles with you where I'm just like, fuck it, whatever. Just let him think what he thinks. But at that time, I was like sleep deprived, and I was like, you know how you pick your fights? I picked that fight for some reason. I happen to be wrong on that fight I picked. and I was wrong on that. But there's so many times I'm so mad at myself because I can't think of a situation. But there's been times
think of a time where me and you had a debate and you were right. And
all the time.
And
all the fucking time.
No.
My god.
Think of a time.
Okay, right now we're on like episode 38.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's 38 instances of when I'm right multiple times, and then all the other Bad Kid channels that we have beforehand.
Tell me the instance.
I can't think of one.
What?
I'm right so often.
I hate when someone tries to make a point and then you corner them and you're like, okay.
You're not cornering me though.
Tell me what you're talking about.
And I already told you before this. I can't think of one.
And they respond like, I can't think of it. I can't think of when that happened.
I can't think of one.
I hate that. That is the biggest pet peeve of everyone. I know you've had conversations with someone before, and you're like, I hate that you do this. And they're like, well, what are you talking about? What? Give me an example. And you're just like, or I mean, other way around. I said that and backwards. I know you've, someone said to you, like, oh, well, I'm sure you were at work once, and they were like, oh, you're always drinking on the job or some shit like that. Just for an analogy, right?
Okay.
For an analogy, right? And then you respond to your boss, and you're like, well, when was I drinking on the job? And they're like, I can't think of an absolute time when you were doing it. Like, I can't think of a time, but I'm pretty sure you did. Like, fuck you, motherfucker. You can't make a statement without having the facts.
Okay. I will have a notepad from here on out, and every time...
Why?
Because that's what you want. You want the facts, right? You can't argue with me that it's happened. We're just talking about...
You can't argue with me that it hasn't happened.
That's retarded. Listen, it has happened. Now, what you want is instances. I have a bad memory.
You are on your knees.
I'm not on my knees.
Listen to me. You're on your knees, and you're like, I know God is real. I know God is real 100%.
How does that make any sense?
Because you believe in something with no fucking proof.
No, I just don't remember the proof. I just don't remember the proof.
That's like saying...
So here's what I'm going to do.
Jesus came to me in a dream, but I don't remember what he told me.
I'm not saying some stupid shit like that. I'm just saying that I can't think of one instance to prove my point. So from here on out, whenever we have a discussion and I know I'm right, like I know I'm right, okay? I argued with you and I was right, whatever. I will write it down. I will write it down for you. It will be a memento.
I really can't think of a time where me and you were arguing about something.
Why can't you think of a time then?
That you were ever right. I can't think of a time.
How convenient. How fucking convenient.
That's what I'm saying.
So it's okay for you not to remember time that when I was wrong,
but it may not have happened. It may have never happened. There may never been a time.
Like I've said, how convenient that you would think that there's been a time.
You can't turn it around like that, Blade.
How is it not turning around?
Blade, you can't do that. You can't turn it around because you don't have proof either.
Yeah, but lack of proof is not the same thing as proof.
What? What are you talking about? You're turning this around. You're the one that doesn't have the proof.
No, your argument is this. Your argument is that there's never been an argument where I was right and you were wrong. Okay?
That I can think of or that you can think of.
And I can't think of it the other way around.
So
it's literally that situation, there's no proof for me to use.
Let's be honest. We don't even know if that's ever happened.
You're turning this into me being right and the guilty. Like you're talking about right or wrong and guilty or not guilty. That's how you're looking at it. So this is the situation we're looking for. Okay. An instance where I am right and you are wrong.
Let me give you an example.
What you're saying is I'm not allowed to say I can't think of an example when I was right, but I know it happened. And you're going.
I can think of it.
No. Hear me out. And you're going. Well, I can't think of an example where I was, what you're basically saying, I can't think of an example where I was wrong. But your example of saying I can't think of an example when I was wrong is the same thing as me saying that. So how is it okay for you to say it?
Okay, but listen. Me and you are both talking about the same thing, right? Me and you are both saying that we do not know or remember a time when Blade was right. That's what we agree on. Therefore,
No, don't twist that around.
that's what I'm saying. That's what you're saying. I'm saying I don't remember a time when you were right. You're saying I can't think of a time when I was right.
But I know I was.
Based on what?
Based on the fact that I know it's happened.
Give me some fucking science, motherfucker. Give me some fucking... I want to know your hypothesis and your fucking facts. Bring them to the table. Like, come on. There has to be... You need proof.
People in the comment section...
Science is the most amazing...
I don't even say, because I can't even think of one right now, but people in the comment section can tell you situations when I was right.
And there's so many examples of Blade thinking he was right, but being completely wrong, and him never admitting to it. Now, here's one example.
I'm all ears. I'm all ears.
Blade has made many statements that he believes in this debate that I'm about to tell you about, he is 100% right. But he's been proven by numerous times that he's wrong.
I'm going to be quiet. I'm going to let you talk. Go ahead.
Blade has told me that the music video was a piece of shit. Even though you all love the music video. I love the music video. He still thinks that the music video is shit and that nobody likes it.
Can I talk?
Yeah, I didn't stop you from talking.
The music video is shit.
That's what I was saying.
Here's the thing. It is so understandable that if you watch that video, any normal human being would say that that video is shit. Okay?
All right.
So, I honestly cannot fathom anybody that would be able to pass a lie detector test and say that was a good quality video. Entertaining, maybe, because it was so bad, maybe. But no one could say that was a piece of art or that was good. And
they all love it. They
don't all love it. They don't all love it though. See, just because if you upload a video...
When I say they all love it, I'm talking about 90% of the people love it.
No, 90% of the people that comment, most people will click off of it and say this is a piece of crap. The people that comment, I love you guys that comment. That helps us, okay? I appreciate that. But you are not the majority. So if that was the case, if we had, let's say we had 2,000 views on something, right? Why don't we have 2,000 comments? Why don't we have 2,000 comments?
I think I have to poop again. Be right back.
That's your...
And we are back. I just had a phantom piss. Have you ever had a phantom piss?
No, what is a phantom piss?
A phantom piss is when you go to take a piss and you feel like you're pissing, but you haven't started pissing yet.
That was your body, that was your mind sending out signals to your body knowing that I was about to be right.
What? No.
Your body went into shock, okay? Your body literally went into shock. And this is what happened.
I fear more that I have like a medical condition and someone's listener is going to look up the side effects and be like, dude, I think you have herpes of the dick or something.
No,
like
that's
a side effect of that is a phantom pee.
I'm here to
I'm
ease
more
your
worried
mind.
about that than being worried about you fucking being right and my brain being like, you know what? He's right. Have a phantom piss.
That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to ease your mind. I'm trying to ease your mind. I'm your friend here. I'm trying to ease your mind.
I just thought it was weird because I've had a phantom piss maybe before. Like, I briefly remember it, right? But it was weird. I just went and, like, I took a piss and I had a phantom piss. It was
But
weird.
that's why I'm trying to console you. I'm trying to explain to you.
You've never had a phantom piss?
No, every time I've whipped my dick out to pee, I pee.
No, I did pee. But what I'm saying is... Like, when you were done peeing, did you think that you were still peeing?
No.
Because when you sit on the toilet, right, because I just took a shit, right? Mm-hmm. You're not necessarily, first of all, you got to fucking grab your hose and, like, fucking lean forward, do this weird thing in order to piss when you're taking a shit.
That weird angle when you have to piss after you shit.
If you're a girl, you wouldn't understand, but if you're a dude, like, you literally...
The way you got to angle the hose, it's kind of fucked.
It's fucking some maneuvering has to be done. But anyhow... You've never fucking been pissing and you're like, am I still pissing? Because you can't see. You can't see your dick. You don't know if you're pissing.
I'm fully aware.
Like, you hear it hit in the bowl, but, like, there's this certain angle where you can hit the bowl where you can't really hear that.
Oh, like the ninja piss?
Yeah, like the ninja piss.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like I'm pissing, but am I really pissing because I don't hear it hitting the water?
So if piss hits the toilet and you don't see it hit the water, does it make a sound? Kind of like one of those, like...
I don't know. Anyhow...
I'm just trying to let you know that it's not cancer. It's not anything fucked up. It's not demons.
You're not selling this.
I'm not trying to sell it. I'm just trying to explain it to you to put you at ease. Your body realized that I was about to make an excellent point to make you look bad, and you're like, I gotta shit all of a sudden. When you already shit earlier.
Just, you did not, oh no. Just, I don't even want to talk about this anymore. You're wrong. I'm right. That's it.
How are you and that's another thing about this whole, when we have arguments, you feel that you're the judge. So at any point you're like, this is stupid, case dismissed.
The reason why I am the judge and who's right and who's wrong, right? Because sometimes I'm wrong, and I'll admit when I'm wrong. It just hasn't happened yet. All right?
Oh, my God.
The reason why I'm the judge of who's right and wrong is because I carry this one amazing fucking thing that beats everything.
If you say common sense, podcast over.
Logic.
Same thing. You don't carry logic. You always, just because you say before everything, let's talk about this logically, doesn't mean you have logic.
Dude, I took these tests in like 6th grade. I don't know what the fuck they were. And my teacher came back and was like, "You on fucking common sense and logic, you scored a fucking 12th grade level."
Okay. And you haven't progressed past that. So there you go.
You're so...
You hit it. When you were in 6th grade, you hit that 12th thing, and you just never quite inched. You got there, and you got comfortable.
I didn't even know what that meant. I was just like, what?
See? Exactly my point. I'm not going to sit here and argue with you because you have more energy to argue a point.
I mean, when I'm right, you don't... Here's the thing. A lot of times I respond and getting debates on Twitter and stuff, right? Mm-hmm. And people like think, oh, you're getting trolled because you're giving them a reaction. All right, yeah, that's the case, but a lot of times I'm just fucking proving people wrong. Because when you're wrong, like, I just want to fucking prove you wrong, all right? And then once you're proved wrong, I want you to fucking sit there and cry and act like you're still right.
But you're proving them wrong to you. You're not...
Yeah, because when you prove somebody wrong, they have two options. One, admit it or resort to, like, retarded shit, right? And when they start resorting to retarded shit, it's like a different language. Like, oh, this person's, like, saying that they're wrong when they're not really saying that they're wrong.
I understand that whole concept. I honestly think that it was your body. I'm joking. Obviously, I don't honestly think that. I'm fucking with you. But... you don't get to be the judge. When you have a debate or an argument, you don't get to be the judge.
Yeah.
I mean, you can be for your...
All right, let's talk
I thought
about...
you said, like, yeah, like, you agree with me. And I was like, cool. Common sense. You're like, yeah. I'm like, all right, that's awesome that he fucking agrees with common sense. He's like, yeah, I do. I'm like, no, you don't. You get to play one side. You don't get to be the referee and the player.
Is what is the percentage of winning the lottery? Does it increase by playing the same numbers?
No, it does not. No, it does not. And what we did is we argued about it.
All right, let's talk about something different. Let's talk about something.
You don't get to leave.
No, I'm just saying we're going in circles.
All right.
We got to change this to the bad kid fucking hamster wheel.
Go ahead.
I don't know what's on your mind. Hillary Clinton is running for presidency, I believe, again. There's a lot of people backing her.
The mere fact that we could have that we're actually considering having a woman president goes to show that the president is more of a poster child for shit.
No offense to you women, but I don't really understand how a woman could lead unless she was a lesbian. Like, if there was a dyke out there, like, I think she
not a fucking cute, fuzzy, like, Ellen Dyke. I'm talking about a roughneck dyke.
Yeah, that could just, like, literally, like, wants to kind of be a dude secretly and bang bitches, you know what I mean? That type of dyke, right? She could pull it off. But, like, I don't know, just women are crazy.
Do you ever think we can have a gay president?
Yeah, I don't see any problem with that. I mean, the The thing that's weird is, right, like, if you have, I don't know. Like, a woman, here's the thing with a woman, right? A woman could, like, going through that emotional time of the month or some shit like that, like, could destroy a country, right? Oh, you want to talk shit, Africa? Okay, I know Africa isn't a country, by the way. But, oh, you want to talk shit, fucking Africa? Boom! Zimbabwe gone!
But here's what I'm saying, though. Like, what we're realizing, though, is that the president is just a person, almost like a puppet. You know what I mean? A president doesn't... It's not like everyone can say, hey, we're going to do this. And the president's like, no, we're going to do it this way. Like, there's not... Because if that was the case, then people would have this absolute power to do whatever the fuck they wanted.
You know what I wonder? Okay, you know how you say, like, as we're learning? I'm thinking, like, you know, when you said that, it really made me question a lot of shit, right?
Okay.
Because I was thinking to myself, like, we're about 30 years old, right?
Okay.
As we're learning, is it like this is kind of what every adult learns? You know what I mean? Like in the 1950s, when people were 30, they're like, wait a minute, something's wrong here. Like, there's some problems in this world. And, like, when they become 50, they're just like, they know a lot more.
That's interesting because I think it does pertain more to the age group as our generation is learning more
than really, like,
everyone.
Yeah, more like, oh, we're all learning that this crazy shit's going on. Maybe it's not that. Maybe, like...
That's the natural progression of
age.
Of age.
Yeah, you just start learning about... I mean, because think about it.
About what's what.
When you're a teenager, right? If you were a teenager now, or if you're a teenager, like, fucking in the 1950s, right? Your main thing is, like, let's fucking drink, let's smoke, let's fucking find bitches. Like, that's the main thing, right? When you become, like, a fucking 30-year-old person, at that point, you usually have a family started. You usually have, like, fucking a job. You usually have, like, you're trying to get a house or something like that. And you start paying attention more to, like, the news and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like, I wonder if it's not that we're just finding out brand new at the age of 30, like, that the fucking world is fucked up and, you know, that there's not these imaginary powers. They're just human beings that are in control of the government doing weird shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That this is something that everyone around that age starts looking into. But the thing that I think is changing, right, is maybe me and you are on the same pace as someone from 1950. But the kids today, oh, fuck no. They got the internet, dude. So they're learning about this shit, like at the age of 12, that there's fucking problems.
But here's the thing, though. So the internet is so vast, right?
Oh, yeah.
And you think, oh, because the internet's so vast, there's so much information out there, just free information for people to go, doesn't mean that they're necessarily going there. There's people that watch fucking Call of Duty videos of people trapped in corners all day long. There's people that look up fucking racist jokes. There's people that use the internet strictly for porn. So, like, even though that information is out there, there's you can read probably every Encyclopedia Britannica that you want.
But the thing is...
But it doesn't mean people are going to necessarily go to that.
It starts getting incorporated, like, with popular culture. You know what I mean? Like, look at fucking Occupy Wall Street. Where the fuck did that come from? It started integrating in popular culture. And what is popular culture? It's popular culture. You know what I mean? It says it. So, and that's the thing, you know, you got all these celebrities, like, tweeting out, like, fucking, I hate this candidacy, or fucking 9/11 was an inside job, or whatever they're fucking tweeting, right? Like, it's actually hitting people that are stupid.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
I didn't know you were going to go that route. That's crazy. But that's true, though.
But yeah, like, stupid people that don't know about the world are learning about the world.
Even stupid people are informed now. Because, like, with the internet, the way that you get information is so raw. Whereas on the newscast, they're not going to say some shit like that. But a dude with a YouTube channel or a dude with a fucking blog doesn't have those restrictions of corporate sponsorships and all that kind of stuff.
Well, think about, like, when our country started, which was 1776, like 300 years. That was so fucking close. You know how close that was?
Yeah.
That wasn't a long time ago. That was like 6-7 generations ago.
Yeah.
That wasn't a long time ago at all. We're such a young country here in the United States. But, all right, think of that time, right? I think it was like fucking 75% of all people like couldn't read.
Yeah.
You know, you know what I mean? Like, if you wanted information, right, you had to go to school, you had to learn how to fucking read. Most people didn't do that shit, right? You have to be able to read books, and you have to
They were
read
like
a lot
working
of
on
books.
they were working on the farm, and they
Yeah.
were fucking doing, you know.
And in order to get books, right, like, you have to fucking, like, go and buy that shit. You have to fucking, there's no libraries back then. So in order to get information, to teach yourself, to know about things, is really challenging back then, right?
Yeah.
The only people that have access to this are like the really rich, powerful people, right? All the plantation owners, I'm sure all their kids knew how to fucking read. They had access to books, they had access to education. All right. Now slowly throughout time we start getting television, right? We start getting fucking radios, right? And people start learning how to fucking read, right? And all of a sudden this information, right, that made people smart, that was only for a certain amount of people, only for the rich and powerful, have now, like, getting out to everyone. And then the internet comes.
Yeah.
Bam!
That was the bubble. That was the knowledge bubble. We're talking about the money bubble. Now it's the knowledge bubble.
So now everybody has access to information. Information no longer costs shit. Information used to cost a ton of fucking money, fucking college, private schools. It's now free. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's insane.
That is. It's the knowledge. I want to call it. Can we call this knowledge bubble?
We could call it knowledge bubble, the greatest convo ever. We could call it whatever. But honestly,
Well, that's a full circle. What we were talking about with money earlier on was something we consume, and now we're talking about knowledge. Now we're just printing out knowledge. You know what I mean? Like, we're printing out the information that you had, like you said, that you had to spend all this money to go to school and to go to college for. You could just learn yourself. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
It's crazy. But I think that when you let everybody learn stuff like that, that is going to be an issue that the dumb people are going to kind of half-ass it and not really learn it.
it doesn't matter. If the dumb people didn't have access to the internet, they wouldn't know shit. They wouldn't know shit. And here's the other thing, right? This is why college is so retarded, right? College is a system that is set up, right, on motherfuckers reading words on paper, right? You don't need, for like 90% of the fucking degrees that are out there, you don't need fucking a college and a professor. You can find all that information online. You could probably self-teach yourself to be a fucking nurse. You could self-teach yourself to be fucking so many different professions. It's unreal. You could be an expert on bears without ever seeing a fucking bear in real life.
Well, the crazy thing about it is that if you think about it, that concept of going to school, everyone that I know that went to school and went to college, they're still paying for it. They're taxing
It's
them.
such a scam. And when I'd say a lot of times, I've said this probably about 10 different times in my YouTube career, that I think college is a scam. These motherfucking sheep come out, they come out of the fucking woodwork and they're like, what is wrong with you? How dare you tell kids not to go to fucking college? These fucking brainwashed, retarded, non-free thinking, following fucking sheep come out of the woodwork and they just hammer the fuck out of me. And I'm like, look, bro, think about this logically, right? A fucking welder that fucking got kicked out of high school, right, is going to probably make more money than like 70% of all college graduates.
Yeah.
But it says here on a paper that college graduates make fucking, on average, $52,000 a year, and fucking high school dropouts only make like fucking $20,000. Yeah, it says that on a fucking paper because that's taking into consideration a bunch of motherfuckers that don't work at all.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You don't understand that there's a huge portion of the United States that literally lives on government assistance. It's disgusting if you think about it. Like... There's so many motherfuckers that just don't have jobs, period.
Yeah, exactly.
And never planning to have jobs. They're getting a monthly check.
And they've actually, like, they did this. There's been this whole thing where in, like, 6 states up in our region of the states or whatever, that they're going to walk out of their fast food jobs because they want $15 per hour.
Yeah.
That's like a new thing going on right now, right? But people were showing, like, they're like, that's ridiculous. Everyone's kind of like, that's a little ridiculous, right? But if you think about it, the dollar is not worth what it used to be, and also people make more money not working and having government aid than working a full-time job.
I know. And food has went up through the fucking roof.
Yeah.
It's so expensive now, right? Like, food stamps, like, the people that are on, like, food stamps, they get so much fucking food, it's ridiculous. Have you ever seen fucking poor people that are in government assistance? Have you ever looked at them? They're always fat. They're always super fat. Now, not 99.9% of the time, but if you ever look at the poorest people in America, a big portion of them are huge. And you think about it, right? That doesn't make sense. Because one of our biggest expenses for normal people, not rich motherfuckers, but normal people, our biggest expense is food.
It's the fuel to keep us going.
Right, because it costs so much fucking money, dude. If you think about it, right, you spend on average like $50 a day on food.
Nah, not that much.
How much do you spend on average for food a day? Think about it logically. What you fucking ate for breakfast, lunch, and dinner?
I'd say $25 a day.
Okay, even if that's $25 a day, all right, let's do the fucking math on that real quick. What is 25 times 30? That's fucking like 600. That's like $650 or something, maybe more. No, let's see, 305. That's $750. $750 a month you're paying for food.
Okay.
That's a lot.
I know it's a lot, but like
that's what I'm saying.
But here's the thing: there's certain like expenses that you talk about that. Like you talk about how much gas costs, how much internet costs, how much all this stuff costs to live, right? Like all this, it's not like you can just go, okay, I'm going to get my rent money and that's it. There's so many costs of the cost of living. Food, I consider a cost of living.
Think about these dudes on food stamps, dude. Think about these motherfuckers on food stamps. Like they get like I don't know how much someone on food stamp gets, so I don't want to like guesstimate. But let's say it's about what you spend on food.
Yeah, but I typically go out to eat for 1 or 2 meals a day. You know what I mean? And then like I do grocery shopping and try to have food at the house as well. So that's why I kind of came up with that odd number. You know, like if I don't go out to eat, obviously I save a lot of money on food. You know?
Yeah. But
that's just the cost of living, dude. Like that's what it is, and it's
I don't
fucked
know.
up because I'm buying into a system that's not gonna like benefit me. Okay, all these things, electricity, gas, insurance for a car. You know, I pay insurance for a car and I basically made it so I can pay the cheapest amount. That if my car gets fucked up, I'm just out. If my car gets stolen, I'm just out of it.
Yeah,
yeah. So you're making me pay money on the. Insurance is shitty anyways. You know that rich people can actually make their own insurance?
Yeah, if you can prove that, like...
You have enough cheese stacked up.
Yeah, then you don't have to get insurance. The whole fucking insurance thing is fucked up beyond belief. It's fucked up, right? They basically, like, this whole insurance thing comes about, and they literally, like, lobby so hard to change the laws, where they make a law where you have to have insurance.
Yeah.
Why?
If
if someone fucking hits you, right, they should have to fucking pay for that shit.
They do. That's what insurance is for.
I get that.
I agree with you that insurance is shitty. Insurance is shitty as fuck.
What I'm saying is why should there be a law that people need to pay for insurance? Why should there be fucking a law, right? If nobody had to pay for insurance and a dude's driving around acting like a fucking asshole and fucking hits you or whatever, and it's his fucking fault, he should have to fucking pay for that, right?
He does.
It should go through the court system, and it should be like, okay, for the rest of your life, when you have a job, we're going to take X amount of dollars out of your fucking paycheck and pay for this fucking thing. That's the way it should be set up, right? If that was the case, people are going to start driving so fucking cautiously, right?
They already drive cautiously.
They're going to drive even more cautiously.
Dude, if you get into an accident, that's your fault, okay? You are paying a shit ton of money, okay? Now with the
and your insurance is going to go up. I get that.
Yeah, what so you are paying for it then.
What I'm saying is, right, is insurance companies are profiting, correct?
Correct.
How are they profiting?
They're profiting because... What do you mean, how are they profiting?
Let me explain this to you. They're profiting because more money is being paid in insurance than what is being paid out in claims.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Big time.
So, you know how you save everyone a ton of money? Is you get rid of insurance. If you fucking actually do fucking hit somebody, yeah, you have to fucking pay it then. But you don't get charged every single month for being a fucking good driver and not getting in any accidents.
The people that pay the most for insurance, not pay most per payment or whatever.
Like,
but
the government literally made a law and said you can drive for the rest of your fucking days and never ever cause an accident, be responsible for an accident. But you're still going to have to pay, like, fucking $200,000 for your lifetime for insurance, even though that you're a perfect driver. That's fucked up.
Okay, how many times have you been pulled over in the last year?
Zero.
Okay. How many times have you been pulled over in the last 2? When's the last time you got pulled over?
Well, when I was younger, I used to get pulled over all the time. I had fucking so many speeding tickets, it was retarded. But
So, wouldn't it make sense, and I'm not encouraging this, okay, but wouldn't it make sense for this? The amount of money that you spend on insurance, right?
Yeah.
And you don't get in accidents. You don't personally get in accidents. You're a safe driver, right?
Right.
Now, couldn't you just say, I'm just not going to get insurance? I know that's against the law. I know that you're not allowed to do that. But what are the consequences? What happens if you get pulled over, you don't have insurance? You get a ticket, right?
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be cheaper just to pay that ticket?
Yeah, but listen, the lobbyists have fucking, the insurance companies have hammered the politicians so fucking hard, right, that if you don't have insurance, like if you don't have proof of insurance, you can actually get thrown in jail. It's not just a ticket. Not having proof of insurance is like a fucking, like, you're going to jail type of shit.
I don't think it's you're going to jail. Maybe
Yeah,
if it's
it
like
is.
your
And
third or
having-
fourth offense, maybe.
And
but
having
like,
a lapse in insurance, like with the DMV, you have to pay a retarded amount of money. The insurance companies have the government on lock when it comes to insurance, auto insurance.
you know what I've always thought about is when you change, like I had to change insurance companies, right?
Uh-huh.
When I change insurance companies, they're like, oh, we're doing it on this exact day at this exact time. What if you get in an accident at midnight? Like, who covers it?
I don't know. I'm sure there's some type of fucking, like, clause. Like, I don't know. I don't know how it all works. But what I'm saying is, I know this, is that insurance companies have been able to profit from the American company, or the American people, basically on lobbying and fucking writing the fucking rules.
Well, as we bring this all to a close, this is the basic thing, okay? You can work your ass off and make a bunch of money, but the system is basically dwindling that down to the point where you're not actually making money, you're just getting it and then redistributing it.
I guess.
See what I'm saying, though?
Not everyone is, though.
Dude, in order to be...
that's basically our economy. Our economy is fucking created on useless things, like insurance and like fucking...
Well, it's created on a system to pretty much kind of pimp us in a way.
Well, think about it. If we're not creating things anymore, right? We're not making stuff here. What is America built on? What are the jobs here? Customer service. That's it. Is insurance a fucking product that you buy at the store that someone fucking manufactured? No.
It's buying an idea. You're selling dreams at that point.
You know, let's think about your fucking goddamn TV, right? What are you buying, right? You're buying a frequency to come through a fucking box?
Yeah.
Let's talk about internet. Let's talk about cell phones. Yeah, you got an actual device, but they're not charging you for that little computer. They're charging you... You buy that fucking thing, you own it, you're done, right? When you buy your fucking phone, they're charging you every single month for, like, this service.
I mean, but that service, they have, like, obviously money has to be spent on the fucking towers and all that kinds of stuff. And there has to be people that deal with it. But I don't think it's worth, I don't think AT&T is getting $90, like, spending $90 worth of stuff on me. Like, they're definitely making out on me.
A lot of times you're going to a restaurant, right? And you're not even getting, like, food from your local area. Like, you're getting food from, like, fucking tomatoes from Mexico and fucking, like, you're going out to eat and, like, you know what I mean? Like, there's nothing here but services. There's nothing in the United States but services. Yes, we do make a couple products. Yes, like, our fucking homes are created by fucking gas or heated by gas or whatever, and sure, that comes from the ground around here. But it might not. It might be from Canada. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What the fuck is there in America anymore? Nothing but services. Think of a company that you just seen today driving by.
I saw a plumbing company, and their slogan was, "We are number one in number two."
You know what? That's a really good thing. That's a really good thing. Because that can bring us back to an original point that I said before. Do you know how much fucking plumbers make?
Oh, shit ton.
They make
so much money.
Retarded amount of money.
Everyone, you will be shitting for the rest of your life. You have to be super duper insanely down. Your cable can go out. You can sit with lights on for a while, but you're going to be super fucking down if you don't use a toilet. Okay?
If you decide to not go to college and you decide to be a plumber, you're going to make more money than like fucking 80% of your classmates.
It's true.
Guaranteed. Guaranteed. And I'm not talking about owning your own company, being Mario. I'm talking about being fucking Luigi and working for Mario. Those motherfuckers make like $24 an hour.
Yeah. Plumbers make good fucking money.
Retarded money. And that's the thing. That's what...
A trade in America is a lot better than a diploma saying that you went to school. Basically, if you have a diploma, it basically is proof that you bought into a retarded system that's dying. That's what you're saying. So in a way, to me, a diploma makes a person look like they're dumber.
Yeah.
No. Oh, so you went through all 12 years of school, and that's the minimum requirement is the 12 years to basically learn how to be a functioning human being. But you kept on going?
We're 30, right?
Yeah.
So how many friends do you know that went to college, got in a bunch of debt, and now like work at an insurance company?
Every one of them that went to college
yeah,
went through that.
You know what I mean?
And
like,
the cool part about it is the people that didn't go to college, they either fucked up or they end up getting a trade. And now when their friends that got out of college at their same time, their friends don't have any work experience in debt, and these guys have a fucking trade and they're buying houses. You're buying houses at 23.
I have a friend that works at Geico. Right?
Okay.
He works at Geico. He works in sales. He is so happy that he's making like $50,000 a year.
Okay.
So fucking happy, which is pretty good, decent. That's a decent fucking job. Here's the problem with it, dude. This dude went like over $100,000 in debt and went to college for like 4 years.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense. The same job that he has right now, you can get without a college diploma.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck? And people are like, well, it's not just about fucking, getting a job and making money.
You want to learn? You want to learn how to fucking get fucked up and do drugs and shit too?
I want to learn something at college. What the fuck do you learn at fucking college that you can't learn from fucking YouTube? Jesus Christ! Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Well, when I was in college, I learned how to formulate a fucking business fucking thing. Dude, you could fucking pay some fucking... Oh my god, I can go on for days and days and days.
The knowledge bubble has burst. This is the time that we're in. Let's end the show on that.
If you don't know, if you're a younger person and you honestly don't know what you want your career to be, but maybe you want to just fucking like have money, look into a fucking trade. Look into a fucking trade, because all of your classmates, they're not trying to be plumbers or welders. They're not at all. Because you know why? Because the fucking college is a goddamn business, and they sent their little representatives over to your high school, and they team up with their guidance counselor, and their fucking school ends up telling you, look, if you don't go to college, you're going to be a retard. You want to know why your school tells you that at high school? Because all of your fucking teachers, your guidance counselor, your principal, everyone at that motherfucker except for the lunch lady, they went to college, right? So they have to fulfill that fucking lie.
That's so true, though. So many teachers don't make shit. So why am I listening to you?
Yep. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of the podcast. This was a fucking good show.
The knowledge bubble has burst.
The knowledge bubble has burst.